Hello, everyone. Welcome to another podcast. And today I have Philipp with me from Mimi. Welcome, Philipp.
Welcome. Nice to be here today.
Absolutely. So we've been working together for many, many years, and Mimi has been working in the deep tech audio scene for a long time, since 2014. A huge amount of patents in the space of enabling digital audio to be heard by more people. Also, you have apparently one of the world's biggest databases of digital hearing profiles. So you know a lot about how people hear. We'd love to hear more about that today. So welcome. In the hearing industry, hearing aids, they are very much focusing on live audio, like you're sitting in a restaurant, you're speaking with your friends. But the market is really changing, because the usual customer for that market is in the high 70s to 80s range. So are you serving the same customer base as the hearing aids?
With our approach, like piggybacking on the consumer electronics that you're using anyways, like building it into the headphones, into the smartphones, into the TVs, we make it way more accessible, because people don't need to change their behavior. They're just using the devices that they were using anyways. So it is not this barrier. The hearing loss doesn't need to become as strong that you would need it for a live conversation. But since it integrates into your daily routines, it's so much easier to take a step many, many years earlier. And the hearing aid industry was celebrating that they got the average customer age from 73 down to 71. It's like a 2-year improvement, while we are getting users 2 decades, 3 decades earlier. So by making it more seamless and very attractive in the devices that you have anyways, especially in the hearable space, you're using headphones anyways, so why not get this extra help and clarity and protection through our technology?
Yeah, it's really important that it's not just elderlies, and there's not the stigma about being old and having to hear. I personally think I have a good hearing, but I've been using Mimi-enabled products also in our old Dash products, but also in some new exciting projects that we've been working on. And it really brings out a different clarity to both conversations and also to video. So where does this improved clarity come from? Because I think I listen really good. I've had listening courses with the sound masters, but still I have some hearing loss. So where does this originate from?
I think it's important to understand how hearing loss works. On the one hand, there is this threshold shift, like the quietest sounds. The threshold of the quietest sounds that you can perceive is moving upward. So you cannot hear a quiet sound anymore. And this usually starts at the higher frequencies, and some information is lost because you can just not hear it. But then there's another thing, maybe more commonly known as the cocktail party effect, that neighboring frequencies, they are blurring into each other and you cannot tell them apart anymore. So if you are at a cocktail party, if you would be talking to one person only, and only one person speaking, you can understand them. But as soon as multiple people are talking at the same time, it's suddenly the different voices are blurring into each other. And so by everybody speaking even louder, this doesn't solve the problem. So there are a lot of companies that are just thinking like from a more audio engineering perspective that you can apply an EQ, you just correct the audiogram, but this is not only moving this masking problem upwards, but it also is increasing the damage. If you're making already loud sounds even louder, you're just accelerating the negative spiral. And we took this approach of mimicking how biology has solved this. When we were young, our ear is very good in hearing quiet sounds. When we were hunters, hearing a mouse in the leaves, or when we were young, we could go into a bar and just have a conversation there. But as we're aging, it's getting harder. Also for me, sometimes now in a restaurant, if there's a lot of things going on, I also have difficulties understanding. And this is this masking problem creeping up on us. And by mimicking how biology has solved it, we're basically putting a digital healthy ear in front of our aging ear. and we're pre-processing the sound in a way that it's easier for higher levels in our brain to either pick out speech and analyze a sentence, or in hearing multiple instruments at the same time. So yeah, by mimicking biology, we think we have a way better approach than just applying an EQ, which is leading to more damage afterwards. So it's not only more details, but also more details at a lower volume, which in the end is more healthy for people.
That's pretty awesome, because if you're just blasting up the bass or the treble, you might hear or think you hear it more clearly, but it actually hurts your ears. And what you're doing is like having a kind of like glasses for your ears, where it just improves on the things that you really should hear rather than just making everything louder. That's awesome. So not only does it protect your ears, but it also makes clarity better and perception better. That's really a kind of like a new market. But what are you using this for? Like we have live audio. You said it's not really for live audio. Where would you apply this?
I mean, we see these two realms, as you say. There's the live audio space, and the hearing aid companies have been working in that space for many years. Good algorithms to get everything in an audible range, like the sounds that are too quiet, lift them up, and also the sounds that are too loud if you're dropping a fork or something, making sure that it doesn't hurt your ears. And then the last decades have been working on beamforming, so really that you can zoom in where you want to hear, noise reduction and all of this. And there are pretty good solutions there, and at some levels you also need autoplastics. And there are the big five that are owning that space. Now we see that there's some movement coming into that area with Sonova acquiring Sennheiser, or Bose entering from the consumer tech side with the first self-fitting hearing aids that they're selling in the US. So there's movement coming into this live sound space. But we see now, even pushed through Corona, like the home office phase, now the average American is listening to 7 hours of digital audio per day. So really nearly a full working day of digital audio. And that is usually coming through devices that we own anyways. Might be a video call, like a Zoom call, may it be using our headphones or sitting in front of our television. There's so much digital audio that we're consuming. And in those cases, you don't need a special device that is capturing the sound and adapting it for the listener, but you have the digital processing capabilities there anyways. And so we're targeting exactly that space, building it into those devices that you have anyways. And as I said before, this makes, of course, the barrier way smaller. So you're buying a new television, in the unboxing, it's quickly asks you to take a quick hearing test, and then everything you watch is adapted to you. So no fiddling with small batteries and things like that. And this allows us to be an attractive solution for people many decades earlier. And really focusing on this digital audio space allows us to really be the best in that field. And we can also use our algorithms for the live sound space, but there are already a lot of things going on. And in this digital audio space, there is a large area to grab right now.
So there are both benefits to reap from the live segment for conversations, but predominantly what you're looking at is this space that the hearing industry is not really attacking as committed as they could in terms of the consumption. Like I'm sitting in front of Teams and Zoom and all kinds of things, 4, 5, 6 hours a day at least. And there you could, with your headphones on, you could hear it better. You could perceive the conversations better, as well as when you're listening to music.
And we are very versatile. I think in this scenario, we can be on the headphones that you connect to your laptop. We can be built into the laptop itself. So any headphones you connect to the laptop are tackled, or we can even be integrated into Zoom. So there are multiple layers where this adaptation to your needs can happen. But of course, with Hearables really booming that much, it's a very good space to have that technology built into the hearable itself, because you can connect it to your smartwatch for jogging, to your laptop or your smartphone. So that's a very good place to have it in.
And of course, we are honored that Mimi will be available on Brage OS enabled devices, and with some quite amazing brands that will be start launching these products very soon. So Philipp, thank you very much for participating today. I know that I've been enjoying the Mimi experience a lot for myself, even though I thought I hear perfectly well, but apparently I don't. But you also have this like small test where you see if you have excellent or good hearing, right? So in the 1.5 million users, how many are not excellent? Just give me a ballpark number.
So I think something like 9% already need a hearing aid. So really that strong of hearing loss for real life conversations. And I think something like 70% have already hearing loss by WHO definition.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to see the impact of our common work here, and also of all the scientific work that's been done by engineers and researchers to make this happen.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time, and looking forward to try it out on the upcoming products.
Thank you, Nikolai.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.